Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War World War II reenactment casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 vs 3 on Ranksgrad. Playing for the Allies as the Russian Vostroyan Firstborn, we've got Kia Terror. We have got me playing as the British Praetorian Guard. And we've got Slicked playing as the American Steel Legion. Whereas playing for the Axis as the Italian Vraxian Renegade Guard, we've got Critter 256. We've got Nobody playing as the German Death Corps of Krieg. And we've got Vrax playing as the Japanese Shogunate Renegade Guard. Oh, boys and girls, this game has been on my wishlist for I can't tell you how long. So very excited to be casting this game. And especially on a map of this caliber and this detail. I mean, just look at it. It is just a war-torn area. There's plenty of explosions going on. I mean, explosions have no effects on infantry going on. It's just mainly for aesthetical reasons. I mean, just from like the level of the actual infantry going around this battlefield. Plenty of narrow choke points to be fighting over. Lots of light cover and heavy cover to be making use of. And we also have got quite a decent trench system in the middle, providing heavy cover to anyone who can capture the bits and bobs in the centre here. Lots of critical locations and relics to be had as well. Now, the only complaint I've got about this map is that the strategic points are nigh on impossible to find. I mean, you've got one over here for me. You've got one over on the mountains over on this side. So if you're seeing people not really capturing their nearest and dearest or their fairest and farthest, then don't blame the players. It's just a really confusing map. I mean, I think this is the first time we've all been playing on this map. So, good stuff, cracking stuff. And if you're wondering why the screen's a little bit janky, whenever I move the camera a little bit, you might see the screen stutter a little bit. That's because we're playing with no pre-cache models turned on and all that stuff. Mainly because that's the only way we could really get a map like this and all these different factions going. But it does allow me to turn up the graphic quality up just a smidgen, so all that good stuff. And if you want to know for yourself how to get the games of this kind of size working, I do have a video on game settings and stuff. I will put a link into that in the description below if you want to know how to get games of this caliber rocking and rolling. Here we go. We have got the Italians coming over and popping down a recruitment centre, so nice defensible position for them as the Americans had to be pushed back. Oh, by the by, a little pre-warning here. If I do make any jokes in regards to World War II, and if any of them are out of taste and stuff, it's all in good fun. Don't mean anything. World War II was a terrible event for humanity as a whole, so, you know, this is a bit of fun. We're not, you know, making any political statements here. This is a non-political channel. Gosh darn it. Yeah, we're seeing some samurai nonsense going on as Vostroyan hunters are being sliced and diced in close combat. The Tekkan warriors are pretty decent in close combat. And the Vostroyan Firstborn aren't exactly. God damn, these pikes getting in the way. I do a mighty bayonet charge with the Lord Regent firing away with his, I mean, one-handed sniper rifle, sending these guys backpacking and killing a fair few of their number. We do have some militia rangers going towards the centre, capturing a strategic point and all that stuff, as the Italians push deep into American territory. Legionaries trying to do their best. They're going for some grenade launchers, also making use of the heavy cover on this side as well. The Renegade Magister Officiorum, armed with a couple of Blackguard bodyguards, their plasma guns. Well, the plasma guns aren't as effective against lightly armoured infantry as they would be heavy infantry, so not the major game changer that it would normally be. Legionaries going to hide inside their listing post as the grenade launchers come riding on in. Vraxian militia squads, really quite deadly actually, with all the weapons that they do have available to them in the later stages of the game. And again, so are the Legionaries. They've got access to a fair bit, not as flexible, but hey ho, such is the way of things. Magister being a real nuisance as the Italians try and break down the Legionary barracks. Rough Riders will be coming out. No major aggression going on anywhere else. Everyone just setting up their places and capturing all that good stuff. Here come the Yanks with some powerful cavalry squads, ideally in close combat, very deadly, breaking the morale of these guys. Also got another squad of Legionaries. I've came out of the listing post. My goodness, my gracious, the range and damage that those grenade launchers do are quite fantastic. Italians got no choice but to fall back, although their leader, he is doing pretty alright. Benito Mussolini with his cape flapping on high, just punching a guy into a wall or something, right through a window, not where he wants to be. Over in the centre goes some Welsh irregulars going up against the militia rangers. They're in the nice, chunky, heavy cover of the... Oh, well they were, but then they're falling back. Cowards. Can't handle the might of the British army. Militia rangers still coming over here. Also more Tikan warriors. Showing the Russians the business. Throwing a grenade right in the middle of them. Doing a bit of damage, but not committing to the engagement too much. Italian's been firmly pushed out of the American side of things. Those horsemen really being a game changer in that early game aggression. We definitely need these legionaries to come over. Provide some support. Oh no! Oh, the British are coming! British are... Aha! A little bit of a change to the script here. British coming over and providing some support. That's a nice little change. But quite the engagement going on in the centre. With the militia rangers going toe-to-toe with the irregulars. Almost break the morale, but not quite. They've got the numbers. Do very little damage. But with the 50% range reduction damage that they get from being in that heavy cover, does them a mighty fine job at keeping their models alive, keeping them around on the go. Also got some flanking Welshmen coming around on the right-hand side. That will take the Japanese all the way back onto their side of things. Very nice stuff. The Germans coming over, now going for a two-pronged attack on this side of things. Although the Vostroyan firstmen are quite difficult to take on when they've got the listing posts upgraded, as they do basically get upgraded with plasma guns, which does a remarkable amount of AoE damage to all forms of targets, really. Poking and prodding, no one really committing to a full-fledged assault, just trying to get these strategic points, take on the economy of the Russians. Although chemicals been thrown straight on top of them. The Germans holding just holding the line, really. They point-blank refuse. We've got gas masks. We'll be fine, but gas masks just not really helping them in this scenario. Well, mind you, maybe a little bit of war inaccuracy here. Well, chemical warfare wasn't allowed in World War II. As far as I understand it, it was a big no-no. Oh, here comes a standard bearer, a mighty flag. Rule Britannia flying on high in the trenches. And just look at that. Glorious. Red smirk. Horsemen in the background. Just gotta love it. It's pure spectacle. That's what this game mainly is. Got the militia rangers kind of stuck in the trenches here. That's fine by them. Taking less damage, like I say. Giving this Lord Regent, old Stalin himself, a couple of shots to the chest. Don't seem to be... I mean, he's almost out-regenning the incoming damage here. That's not too bad. Tekan warriors with that blue las guns firing down. We've got a bit of a push on the British side of things. Grenade being thrown right into the middle of them as the Welsh irregulars come on over with their grenade launchers. Japanese going for a banzai charge towards the... poor... What was it? Was there a... Yeah, there was a bugler over there blowing his trumpet. But trumpets don't work against samurai swords. And it's just a whole hodgepodge of death and destruction. Horsemen get a charge in there. No, they're just going to... Not too keen on getting close combat with that mass of infantry. Ah, there we go. All in there. We also have the Tengu General on the backside of their sniper rifle. Bayonet charges everywhere. We're inside the trenches. Morale's been broken. We have plenty more lads over here though, providing some firing support. 22 members in the squad. That's quite a chunky amount of meat to throw into the grinder there. We'll have one Tikan warrior out in the front lines, getting those slices in. And the Storm Chimera storming on through. Blitzkrieg begins. Chemicals thrown in by Ulstan himself. Does love a little bit of war criming going on there. Lord General Command Squad also just standing firmly in there. Well, that's a nice placement for it. That's the entrance to this trench network, so we've got no choice but to push on forward right into our ranks. The problem with the pathing here is that we're trying to get more squads to follow the trench lines, but they didn't seem to really want to do it. The Tikan warriors are pushing forward, gradually, step by step. You have the colours flying on high within enemy ranks there. He's got his las pistol. He doesn't care, his morale's broken. but the morale regeneration when the colours are flying high is pretty decent. A flanking tank manoeuvre of the Storm Chimera, seeing if he can get some extra shots in as the general moves on forward, right from the ranks of everyone. She's not the most tankiest of commanders in their arsenal. Let's teleport back home. Again, it's probably the pathing that's causing some issues here. No fun for anyone, really. But we're holding on, baby. We're holding on. How are things going on for the Americans? Oh, the Italians and Americans are... okay, we've got some... I mean, spider tanks. The Italians, the Americans are just kind of just chilling out at the moment, trying to get their hellhounds on the go. Russians with their gun luggers. Right? I mean, stupidly good are these gun luggers. Able to basically murder infantry en masse. No questions asked. But the vehicles will be able to stand up against them a little bit better. Oh, we've also got, for those of you who are wondering why sometimes units are shining on high, we've got hero mode on for this. So the longer that units live, the higher level they are, the more health and damage they're able to put out onto the field. Pretty nice. Oh, no. This is now the Vraxian Renegade Guard. They're also able to bring chemicals to the field as well. And the Renegade Guard not feeling it. Not too keen. But we're still holding. Still doing what we can. As best we can. Stormtroopers force licked. The Yanks coming round the flanks. Oh, that rhymes. That's quite cool. I like that. And these guys are able to get a whole smorgasbord of weaponry to take on any kind of units. So very, very flexible. Also able to get infiltrated, allowing them to go behind enemy lines. A bit SAS style. Oh, what was the American equivalent of the SAS? Was it the Airborne? Completely forgot what they're called. You know what I mean. I think there's a universal rule where every man above the age of 10 is really, really into World War II history. And when you get older, you've got a choice of hobbies. You can either get really into trains, or you can get into World War II history, even more so than normal. Oh dear, that is a Griffin Thunder Mortar. Artillery, that's the way to take out an entrenched infantry position. Oh, gods. That is not a Merry Christmas making situation going on. Oh no, the colours gone down. Lost the King's colours. Shame brought down to the regiment. Can't stand for it. That's okay, the more irregulars are coming forward. We must recapture them at some point. Lots of Tekkan warriors. Morale being broken left, right and centre for everyone. No one's having fun here. Absolutely no one's enjoying this utter back and forth. Can hear the walking of the stalk tanks. And this is more badness and sadness coming for the British centre. Oh god, the frame rate is sad, but just glad that it bloody well works. I'll get involved. Yeah, there's no other option. The Japanese are moving on forward. British have got no other option but to fall back of this insane amount of firepower incoming. Even the heavy cover's not doing them any favours. We do have a tank commander Vanquisher, the anti-tank variant of the super duper British heavy tanks going on, which ironically I think that the British probably have the best tanks in this matchup, which is not how it worked. Not how it worked, certainly. What was it, the Churchill, which basically had like the engine being built on the back because it didn't have room inside because they had to make room for tea making material. I could be wrong. Or was that the radio? I can't quite remember. There will be tons of people watching this who know all this information like the back of their hand. Please do let us know. It's a learning experience for us all. Yeah, the Japanese now taking the centre. We do have... Is the oh, hold on, let me go to the British side. Is the bugler back on? Yes, there we go. The bugler's here. Playing his trumpets. He can demoralise people with his trumpets. And the mighty Vanquisher tank commander hunting down these Italian stalk tanks. We do have some German aircraft. The Luftwaffe themselves flying on in. They will annihilate the remnants of the infantry in the centre here. Trumpet's been blown. Can't stop the music until the music stops. Yeah, just look at that. We also do have plenty of anti-tank teams as well. to counter any kind of vehicular assault. Russians have been left to their own devices for now. They're trying to get their own air force on the go. They do have the Stenner, mighty piece of artillery. Great Spectres for Vrax. As the American stormtroopers are being basically the infantry element, as the Russians are providing the artillery and the aircraft. Very nice stuff. We have been very firmly pushed back. Tank commander and anti-tank teams soon to be reinforced by even more Welsh meat for the grinder. Just trying to beat everyone from the centre. The Italians are over here though, and they've got their militia. They also have their heavy weapon squads arming themselves with las cannons. And while the Americans have been helping out in the centre and over on the Russian side, they've definitely got to make sure that their own side has been looked after. But they're kind of lacking in any sort of firepower. Again, purely because they've been supporting elsewhere. No, they've been trying to carry the team, you know? They do need a powerful economy to keep that support on the go. Luftwaffe flying on over, dropping chemical weapons as good and proper. Tank Vanquisher has gone down. We did attempt to bring some convicts over to repair it, but no mass, no pass. We haven't seen a Tier 4 though, and the Stormhammer is approaching. And to be fair, a lot of the teams, or a lot of the players at this point, are in their Tier 4s. Expect plenty of good units on the go. The assault has been split into two halves here. The Italians have just got the superior firepower for themselves. So difficult situations for the Allies at the moment. The English have been pushed in by combined arms of the Japanese and the Germans. Which, I mean, they've captured the centre, which also lets them have extra critical locations for use of other stuff. Like the Tier 2 and Tier 1 Titans. But just by sheer willpower alone, sending in the massive infantry. Hiding around the corner, firing a little bit before moving backwards again. Oh god, no, the frame rate there is too disgusting. More general coming on forward as well. I do believe it's probably the Americans. Yeah, you're probably just going to fall back home to defend your base. But the Scylla, however one wants to pronounce that, and the Russian armoured divisions moving on forward. Look at that damage, just exploding everything everywhere. Although heavy weapon platoons from Germans remarkably good at killing all kinds of vehicles and stuff. Just look at the dead and dying. The amount of corpses on the battlefield at the moment. Just sad. Oh, wait, were you already on? Fair enough. Oh well, still has the aesthetics. We've researched. Tea with biscuits. Oh, now we mean business, boys and girls. Yeah, there we go. And here comes the Stormhammer. Yes, right in the nick of time. Just a huge amount of guns on that bad boy. I mean, while there's no major engagement going on, but just look, there's like 5 las cannons and a double las cannon and a double big boom. Wow, powerful stuff there. Well, I think it's stuck inside the base. Can't quite remember. But either way, that's fine. Oh no, you're fine. Something gets stuck in there at some point. I remember that much. So I'm just going to hold firm in the trenches at the moment as a signal of thunder comes on over, which is, I mean, is it as impressive as the Praetorian Stormhammer? Maybe not. It's still got plenty of guns on it, and it can't go any further. There's a wall that it can't pass. I don't know if it's got if the pathing allows it to go around this side, so maybe that's why the Russians are surviving for so long, just because of buildings, I guess. Glorious. German firepower coming in, firing through the walls. They don't care about your blooming defences, Mr. British man. Also got the German general just standing on the front lines. He's like, I'll lead the men into glory. Can't stop me. Got some irregulars trying to rush the front lines. A bad charge for them. Definitely not what they want to be doing in their spare time. We do have Tier 2 Titans on the way for us, as the Gunluggers and the Stormhammer attempt to fire on down. We've also got the Tank Commander Vanquisher back out. Thunderbolt Zeros. Able to do a kamikaze. Oh, sorry. Yeah, able to do a kamikaze strike. Very official. And the Americans, they've lost to the Italians over here, but they are rebuilding their stuff somewhere. Yep, you're rebuilding your fire control bunker. It's not all over. All over. They're just repositioning. They're falling back. It's a tactical withdrawal. They're not running away. Certainly not. Yeah, the Germans just point blank refuse to leave this centre. There's no shifting them off anytime soon. Mr. Henner is still firing away as the Tri-Commission Blood Cult Assassin Guard. Oh god, you're quite interesting looking models. What do you look like? Yeah, well that's Japanese for you. Can't trust them. What is that? That's Unit 157 or something. That one that no one likes to talk about because it's genuinely horrific. Yeah, that's probably them. Not a happy time for anyone. Got plenty more anti-tank teams coming out. And we do have a Shadow Sword. I do believe that we've lost our big tank at the moment. These guys could push it if they want to, but they're going to hold off a little bit, waiting for bigger guns, I suppose. More tank busters coming out, trying to take on the aircraft. Oh, that's where the Stormhammer went. We came to support the Americans. Double tanks, double the fun. I mean, it takes us forever to maneuver through all this blooming streets, but that's fine by us. There's a Rogel Dawn battle tank. Remarkably strong tank this is. But Shadow Sword is out, and this is an anti-Titan, more or less, tank. Really long recharge rate on the gun itself, but when it fires, when it fancies it at the very least, look at that, just almost half-healthing a Malkador battle tank. Very, very good stuff. How things are going for the Russians. Big tank's fallen back. I assume it's just probably repositioned somewhere else. But they're holding off. Holding everything back. Do now have the tank commander trying to flank around the side along with the Stormhammer. We can't beat them from this angle. Can we do what the Italians did earlier on? Get a flanking attack going on. Tunguska falls down. Tunguska does a really good amount of damage against aircraft. Acting as like a flank cannon. The Macarius with plenty of fire bits on it. Trying to take on any kind of buildings that they can. Stop the Shadow Sword. Still firing away as best it can. As the Stormhammer now goes, oh dear, we've got a German blimp up on high. I don't think, I mean, it's going to be a close one. Just hold the line, Stormhammer. It's only a blimp, it's just helium. But I mean, just the sheer amount of melter guns it's got on its sides. It's also got some nice Verden Emperor, Imperator, however one. I can't read German, I can barely read English. Well, it was a close one. Sadly, the Stormhammer already took some damage earlier on. Happy time.
All hands make ready.
Here comes the blimp. Slur.
Lord infantry.
I suppose it's relatively fast for a blimp. Just an intimidating flying structure. We also have the King Erne, which I mean, it doesn't fit with the World War II aesthetic, but by God, is that a very attractive looking Titan right there. Very aesthetically pleasing, if you pardon the 5 frames there. I should have really lowered the graphical quality for this, but you know, I just wanted good graphics. You know, share me for it if you want in the comments. I don't mind.
The threat is
The Dark Rogan chap is out of his minigun. And we've been throwing irregulars and anti-tank teams at this centre for as long as possible. We're just not making any progress whatsoever. Well, that Shadow Sword is at least keeping the big tanks from moving on towards the side and blasting us within range. Italians have just occupied the American side of things. The Americans still do have 2 plasma generators, and they are rebuilding stuff, so they are back in the fight. Very limited capacity. The Imperial Strumov, Vicky, attempting to flank on the other side, trying to match up with the British, see if they can push on together, but no mass, no pass for these lads at the moment. The Rogan, the King Erne are slapping down the Stoic Citadel. At the moment, the Russians don't have much going on for them. They've put all their money into the artillery and supporting the centre here.
Guard infantry on the field.
I mean, there's just so much going on. I'm daring to look away in case I miss anything really cool. There was another signal from the more Baneblades. Lucius pattern Baneblade. Deadly stuff. The King Oni, unable to really keep on top of all these tech priest agencies that are constantly repairing this. Tech priest agencies have quite the decent repair rate. And they probably can't just chase after them and kill them in time. So, okay, just damage the economy. That's the way to do it. Also having some people keep striking off on in. Who are you? You are the Americans. There we go. They're coming on. And I assume they'll be going for their melter guns and stuff to take on the King Oni. Combine arms fire. Take him down, gentlemen. Oh no. Hope Blade doesn't turn around and notice us. No, he notices. He very much notices. So fall back. That's the best you can do. Now, we've got a plan here, boys and girls. We've got the Acurian Stormhammer, which is the tier 2 Titan for the Praetorian Guard, which, by the by, I voice act for this. And, you know, I'm quite proud that I've managed to get a slot as the biggest, baddest unit for the Praetorian Guard. He's just going to come on over. He's going to take on a Zeppelin, a Signal of Thunder, and a Baneblade. One goes down, turns his attention over to... do you turn your attention to the blimp? Yes, you do. Couple of blasts here and there. Don't mind me, young man. We're just a British armour, and we've come to say hello. It's got stupid amounts of health, really strong armour. Biggest guns you've ever done did see. And that blimp, while doing a lot of damage in return, is not going to be surviving this engagement. We are seeing the Grand Japanese General, whatever you call him, coming over. Will attempt to run away, but yep, just casually walks over, takes on 3 tier 1 Titan unit kind of things, and then leaves with no explanation. Cracking stuff. Minotaur for the Germans. Oh, we've got another Stormhammer. Oh my goodness. Just big tanks everywhere. And we've taken out quite a lot of the trench units, so we can now actually start pushing over onto this side of things. Oh, I completely forgot. Yep. Warlord Titan. Thankfully the Shadow Sword is a Titan Hunter. And the King Oni flanking on this side. Trying to slap down the Stormhammer. It's just too much, boys and girls. But we'll hold on as best we can. Stormhammer's about to go down. Shadow Sword as well. As the Warlord Titan just runs on high. Huge plasma guns, plenty of missile launchers, as well as their flamers on the front. Incredible array of weapons. And the Giga Fortress with their Hyperion protocol. So plenty of lightning bolts coming down from them. The Italians now coming from a flanking maneuver. Great Cardinal, Zafan. Which I suppose is... Oh, it's the Perp. It's the Italian Perp. He's come to fight as well. Like that. That's funny. Russian artillery comes in over to attempt to provide some artillery support for the centre. It's just Titans left, right and centre. Russians are still alive. A couple of Grey Spectres doing what they can. Lightning being called from the heavens by the Giga Fortress. Oh, we've pissed off the lightning gods. And now it's just a glorious last stand for the Allies, really. There's not much we could do in this situation, but we will hold the line, gosh darn it. Whatever the cost may be, fight them in the streets, we'll fight them in the trenches, fight them in the bunkers, behind gunship from Kia. Throwing on in, and I think Critter sums this all up. The map is cool, but by God, is it a pain to play on. The pathing on this, I can't stress enough how utterly painful it was. Company HQ for the British. We're going to reposition over here. We'll fall back to Russian territory, see if we can hold on. The King Oni has almost been broken down. Just need to keep on cracking on with it. Convicts attempting to find service somewhere else. Warlord pattern and the Giga Fortress. Breaking down anything and everything. These plasma generators, neutral, no owner. Just in case anyone's wondering why there's some random plasma generators there. Slick's losing his barracks and stuff. And well, you know what? That's all she wrote. Really, we don't have much else in the way of fighting forces to do it last time. It's just a case of them now killing the rest of our buildings here. But yeah, what an absolutely fun and fantastic game to play and also cast. Really, really enjoyed it. And like I say, if you guys at home want to play similar kinds of games, but your computer's not quite doing it, or the mods kind of crashing quite a lot, like I said, I do have a video on how to make games like this work a little bit more in your favour. And again, I will put the description in below for that. I do want to say thank you very much to the guys for playing this game, taking the time out to, you know, indulge me on my silly little match ideas. I know that theme games and faction wars and stuff aren't people's particular favourite to play. People do much prefer playing their own favourite factions, just in any kind of context or game. But you know what? You know what? You guys, you're the men, you're the boys, you're the absolute chads of everything. So, yeah, cheers for watching at home, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Link in the description as always. I've been Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.